Hi, I'm Ellen from the Chili Dog. Today, I'd like to show you how to do the variation of the frilled decrease bind off that I used at the bottom of my pool house poncho. It creates a decorative, almost bobble-like texture, which is not only pretty, it's also functional. This edging should prevent your poncho from flaring or rolling after the fabric has been blocked, which in this case is just going to be hand washing and laying the poncho flat to dry. Let's get started. Before we begin, if you'd prefer ad-free access to every tutorial in our searchable and neatly organized library, head over to thechilidog.com and join our pack. A basic membership unlocks all of our content, or treat yourself to that, plus free patterns, including all of our new releases and more. This bind off is worked over a multiple of 2 stitches. And I haven't tried it, but I suspect it would be a very pretty finish for either 1x1 or 2x2 ribbing. Before I can begin binding off, I need to cast on 1 stitch onto my right hand needle, and I'm just going to use a simple backward loop cast on for that. I'm being careful not to pull too tight. I don't need to strangle my knitting needle as I'm casting on that stitch. So now we'll begin the sequence that will repeat as we're binding off. Knit a stitch, knit front back, and leave the stitch on your left hand needle when you finish, instead of dropping it off. I'll slip the 2 new stitches from right to left, purlwise, and knit them together through the back of the loops. Slip 2 more stitches purlwise from the right to the left, and again knit them together through the back of the loops. Slip 2 more stitches purlwise from the right to the left, knit them together through the back of the loops, and then I'm going to slip that final stitch from the right to the left, and I'm going to knit it together with that stitch that the knit front back was worked into, and again I'm knitting them together through the back of the loop. So there's my first little bobble. So let's repeat the sequence one more time. Knit 1, knit front back, leaving the stitch on the left hand needle, slip 2 from right to left and knit together through the back of the loops, slip 2 from right to left, knit together through the back, slip 2 from right to left, knit them together through the back, and then slip that final 1 from right to left and knit it together with the stitch that the knit front back was worked into. Again, we're knitting them together through the back. And you just repeat across until all of your stitches are bound off. Once you work all the way around and complete the final repeat of the sequence, you'll be left with just 1 single loop on your right hand needle. And at that point, all you need to do is cut your yarn and pull it through the loop to fasten things off. I hope you enjoyed learning how to do a variation of the frilled bind off. If you'd like to try this technique in a pattern, head over to the shop section of thechilidog.com and look for my pool house poncho. Until we stitch again, happy knitting.